Coming up, your weekly roundup of news from around the haunt industry. Welcome to the show. I'm Philip. On the HAN show, we bring you the haunt news, information, and education you need to prepare for Halloween. On Tuesdays, we bring you a roundup of news from haunts worldwide. Read more about these stories and so much more in our free weekly newsletter. Subscribe at the link in the show notes. And as always, for the news roundup, I'm passing it off to Daryl.
A message from Philip Hernandez, publisher of the Haunted Attraction Network. I'm pulling two threads this week that land on themes we keep circling back to. Who were you selling to, and what you're selling is changing. Families are one of the three groups still spending on attractions, and the new Universal Kids Resort at 20-acre Kids Park opening July 1st in Frisco, Texas, is a direct play for that demographic. Universal is testing the Kids Resort concept with a new demographic, much like they are testing Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas. And it seems that both properties suffer from similar issues. Universal positioned the product as premium, pricing it at twice the local competition's price, betting that the IP and brand would justify the premium. The early reviews from Texas show a theme park with little theming and little shade, struggling to meet guest expectations for a Universal property. Horror Unleashed reduced prices, reduced operating hours, and has launched a full seasonal activation plan to bring guests back. Let's watch how Universal Kid Resort pivots. The operators who get premium right don't lean solely on IP to do the work. They build a strong core product, evoke emotion, and let everything else extend it. Merchandise is a great way to extend the experience, although guests increasingly want to do it through integrated storytelling. I saw the clearest version of this at IAAPA Expo Asia, in a session on how Hong Kong Disneyland and Ocean Park approach merchandise. Both treat the framework the same way. Emotions lead to experiences. Experiences become memories, and merchandise extends that journey beyond the rides and shows. The point is that shopping should feel like the continuation of the attraction, not a separate transaction tacked onto the exit. Ocean Park's pandas were my favorite example. Panda merchandise is their top performer, so the team built a whole strategy around it. When Ying Ying, one of the park's pandas, was photographed in a particularly parenting pose that resonated with guests, they turned that exact pose into a plush. The enrichment toys that the cubs actually played with became toys the guests could buy. They personify the supporting Panda Friends characters, give them traits and small stories so guests can tell them apart and form attachments. Then they sustain it with seasonal and event-based drops, crossover lines that connect the pandas to the park's other animals, licensing deals with brands like Cup Noodles and Uniqlo, and strategic collaborations like trading cards. The thread connecting all of it is that the merchandise captures an emotional moment that already had resonance. The team isn't guessing what might sell, they're watching for the moments guests already responded to in the park and on social media, and extending that emotion into something a guest can take home. The emotion is the product. You can't charge premium prices when the core product is lacking and hope the brand IP covers the gap. The guest pays for how the place makes them feel. Get the feeling right, and the merchandise, the upsell, the repeat visit, and yes, the premium price all follow from it. Skip the feeling and no amount of IP backfills it. What's the moment in your attraction that guests already talk about, photograph, and remember? That's the one to capture and build into your experience. You're not just selling the scare, you're selling the moment they'll remember, and everything else extends it. Also this week, Stranger Things returns to Halloween Horror Nights for the show's final season. H&R Blood and Guts gets a new original house at HHN Orlando. Dollywood announced its first separately ticketed after-hours Halloween event, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show is coming to Sphere in 2027. Here's what you need to know this week. Stranger Things returns to Halloween Horror Nights. The Upside Down returns to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights in an all-new Stranger Things haunted house. Developed in partnership with Netflix, this year's Stranger Things house will take guests into the fifth and final season of the hit series. Step into the center of the ultimate battle to save Hawkins as you encounter your favorite characters and navigate iconic locations including the Wheeler House, Hawkins National Laboratory, the Max Z military base, the Upside Down, and the Abyss. Beware. Demogorgons and other sinister creatures await at every turn, and Vecna is there to pull guests into an all-or-nothing battle for survival. Limited release merchandise based on this house and more is now available at Universal's online store. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights runs select nights August 28th through November 1st at Universal Orlando Resort in Orlando, Florida, and select nights September 3rd through November 1st at Universal Studios Hollywood in Universal City, California. HR Blood and Guts returns to HHN Orlando with a new original house. Your favorite Maitre d' Macabre returns to Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, Florida with a new original house. HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Fright-tacular. 15 years after his untimely arrest, Carrie's favorite creature feature host HR Blood and Guts, aka Lawrence Larry Kurtzberg, has returned to the derelict WKNB station on Halloween night to present an all-new sinister showcase. Tune into this haunted house complete with ghouls, gore, and all the frights that keep you coming back for more. The murderous horror host was first introduced in 2011 with the house HR Blood and Guts Presents Holidays of Horror, and also appeared at Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas as the Feaster Bunny during last spring's Feaster Grievings event. Halloween Horror Nights Orlando runs select nights August 28th through November 1st. Tickets are on sale now at the event's official website. Dollywood hosts its first separately ticketed after-hours Halloween event. Dollywood from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, has announced its first separately ticketed after-hours Halloween event, Harvey's Boo Bash, taking place during the park's annual Harvest Festival on August 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Guests are invited to step into an exclusive nighttime celebration from 6 p.m. to midnight, featuring treat trails, dance parties, theme snacks, special character encounters, and more. Tickets for Harvey's Boo Bash are on sale now for $129.99, guests age 4 and over. Daytime general park admission plus Harvey's Boo Bash combo tickets are also available. Universal Kids Resort opens for previews. Universal Kids Resort, Universal's new 20-acre kids-centric theme park in Frisco, Texas, opened for previews ahead of its July 1st launch. The product is priced twice that of the competition, positioning it as the region's premium family offering. But does the new theme park justify the premium positioning? The early evidence is not flattering. Critics argue that Universal Kids Resort suffers from a lack of theming and shade, while proponents argue that kids of that age like anything. A family of 4 runs about $220 to $320 before parking and food, against $50 to $130 at local zoos, museums, indoor water parks, and family entertainment centers, most of which are climate controlled or at least shaded. If a child is just as happy at a splash pad, a zoo, or a free city park, why would a caregiver pay twice the going rate for Universal name? Is Universal Kids Resort a competing product for young families in the region? Follow the links in our show notes to read the full analysis or watch this week's green tagged video. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is planned for the Sphere in 2027. Prepare to time warp back into the iconic madness of 1975's The Rocky Horror Picture Show as part of a new experience at Sphere, Las Vegas, Nevada. In special arrangement with Primary Wave Music and 20th Century Studios, Sphere Studios will use its advanced technologies to enhance the original film for a unique, immersive experience. Jim Dolan, executive chairman and CEO of Sphere Entertainment, said in a press release, since the Rocky Horror Picture Show premiered in 1975, it redefined audience participation and became a cultural phenomenon. With Sphere, we have the opportunity to take that spirit of immersion to an entirely new level. This new production is part of the Sphere experience, Sphere's slate of original immersive content, including The Wizard of Oz at Sphere. The company is yet to announce in what ways the original film will be enhanced. Its predecessor, The Wizard of Oz at Sphere, has drawn criticism from the use of generative AI to add extras and scenery to fit the 60,000 square foot wraparound interior LED display, and for cutting nearly 30 minutes of runtime from the film, including some musical numbers. Expected to open in 2027, audiences will have to wait in anticipation. Learn about the Sphere and their immersive programming at the venue's official website. Some upcoming events this June through August of 2026 include the Texas Haunters Convention, July 18th and 19th in Irving, Texas. Haunters Against Hate, the event, August 1st and 2nd in Louisville, Kentucky. And the Midsummer Scream, August 7th through 9th in Long Beach, California.
And that's all for the news this week. Today's episode was produced by me, Philip Hernandez, with reporting by Daryl Plunkey, post-production by David Swope. This Haunt News Update is a production of the Haunted Attraction Network, and you can sign up to our weekly newsletter at hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Support for this episode comes from Gantom Lighting and Controls. Until next time, Haunters, stay scary.
This is a Haunted Attraction Network production.